So first statement here that you see is outliers may affect the mean and the median. I want you to look at this example here first and identify the outlier. We know that an outlier is any number or data point that is significantly different than our other pieces of data. So as we see here, we have 95, and that would be identified as our outlier since it is higher, significantly higher than the other pieces of data. So 95 is our outlier. Now, what effect does this outlier have on our averages, our mean, our median, and mode? This is what we're going to examine right now. So let's look at the first one, which is mean. In order to find the mean, you have to add up all your data points that you have and then divide by your number of data points. So how many data points do we have? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. We have 7 data points. I'm going to write that down so I'll know what number to divide by when I add all the numbers together. So let's take our numbers and add them. 10, and we add 20, add 15, add 35, add 95, add 35, and then finally add 30, and we get a value of 240. So then we take that value of 240 and divide by our number of data points, which is 7, to give us a value of 34.285714. And as you notice, it's a sort of repeating decimal. Just you can have a look at it and notice that there is a pattern there that eventually comes together. But I'm just going to round it to the 10th place. So the mean here would be 30. I'll go to my pen. Would be 34, and I'm going to just round it to 3/10. Now, looking at our median. In order to find the median, this is one thing that you always have to do first. You have to arrange your data points in order from least to greatest. So we have 10, 15, then we have 20. So 10, 15, 20, we got those used. Now the next ones are 30. I've got that one taken care of. 35, 35, and 95. So looking at this, it's arranged from least to greatest. We can now figure out what our median or middle number is. So the middle, I always go through and cross one off each side, cross another, then another, and look at it and find what the middle number is. And in this set, the middle number is going to be 30. Now I'm going to find our mode. Our mode is the number that occurs most often, or the data point that occurs most often in a set. So looking at our data set up here, I'll just reveal it a little bit more for you so you can clearly see. The number that occurs more often, or the most in this case, is 35. It occurs twice. All the other numbers are only occur or only present in the data once. So our mode is 35. So here are our mean, our median, and our mode with the outlier being present. We're now going to find what effect does leaving the outlier out of the data set, what effect does that have on the mean, median, and the mode? So now let's look at the mean. So the mean in this case. Now, because we removed one data point, in this case, we only have 6 data points to worry about. Let's add our data points together. 10, add 20, add 15, 35, 35, and 30. That gives us a value of 145. Then we're going to take that and divide by 6. 21 decimal, and I'm going to round it to the nearest 10th. Sorry, 24. 24 decimal 2. 24 and 2/10 is probably the best way to say this. Now we're going to look at our median. And again, for our median, the numbers have to be arranged from least to greatest. So I've already did that up top, but I'll do it for you again. 10, 15, 20, 30, 35, and 35. I'll go through and find the middle of our data set. So keep on working our way down. Now there's two numbers in the middle of our data, 20 and 30. Whenever you have two numbers like this in the middle of your data and you want to find the median, you have to take both numbers and get their averages, get their means, all right? So 20 plus 30 gives us 50. I have to divide that by 2 and I get 25. So the median here would be 25. Now, mode. The mode is the data point that occurs most often. All data points here occur once except for 35. Again, 35 is present twice. So we have our mode of 35. So looking at this, in our first case here, we see that the mean was 34.3, and the mean when we removed the outlier went down to 24.2, or 24 and 2/10. Let's look at our median. The median was 30 with the outlier, and when we removed the outlier it went down to 25. The mode, was the mode affected at all with or without the outlier? No, it was not, as you can see here. So when you have an outlier present, it will affect, and it can affect, the mean and median the most.